just did something real stupid just now. So, with that, I'm gonna have to splice the video together. But it should be coming right back on, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so Nelson, what are your thoughts so we can bring this to a close? Nelson, are you there? Nelson.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, I think Alex can't hear you though. I can't hear Nelson. All right, well, just give me a thumbs up or just let me know when he's done talking in the chat. I think we just have a connection issue.
No, go ahead, talk. I think Alex is having an issue.
Yeah, I can't hear him. It's all good. Go ahead.
Alex, can you hear us?
No, I can hear y'all, but I can't hear Nelson. Something happened.
Nelson. Also, Nelson, go. Nelson, go.
Yeah.
Go. Come on, Nelson.
Yeah, we'll get it fixed.
Next topic.
All right. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
He's like, I'm done. I'm done. Fuck all this shit. I'm done.
This shit. Fuck this shit. Y'all can't hear me? Fuck it. Y'all ain't gonna hear me.
Dang, yo, it's all good. Okay. All right, is Nelson done yet, or?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, all right. New gaming order. We're gonna go into intermission. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com, and we gotta get this fixed. So we'll see you on the next segment. Peace.
Oh man, no.
Alex, can you hear me?
I can hear everybody but Nelson.
Nelson is on loud and clear, dude. He's on just fine.
I don't know what to tell y'all. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna refresh in Discord real quick. Hopefully that'll fix it. Alright, everybody here?
What about Discord, man?
Yeah.
Discord's on. Discord's
yeah,
on,
is
bro.
it Nelson? Nelson, you there?
Man. It's the,
I think now.
Alright, now it's good.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna talk if you're having mic issues.
No, you know what it was? OBS did something about reconnecting. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? Like, it fucked it up.
Yeah, but if it did that, it would not mess up Discord. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't know. It just like I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you. I refreshed the window, so
it's fine. I'm just done talking.
Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. It's all good. All right, guys. The next topic is going to be the PlayStation experience. So
wait for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I got some.
Actually, I'm gonna hop out a call.
What's that?
I'm gonna hop out a call.
You gonna hop off? Oh, you gotta go?
No, I'm just done because it's like 9 o'clock and I gotta go to bed in like an hour.
Okay, no problem, man. We'll keep going. We'll take care of business for you.
Bye, M.U.G.E.N.
You guys.
Bro,
all right, thanks for being a part of it tonight. All right, so guys,
I can't yell at this.
What's that? Oop.
Discord is whack.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is the second show I've been on, and we had some fucked up difficulties.
We'll probably switch it back to Skype for the time being. So, all right, guys, we're gonna start the PlayStation Experience segment in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we back like the Juggernaut, bitch. New gaming order. Nelson stepped out, so I will be taking sole control for the time being. All right, so with that being said, let's get back onto the podcast window. All right. On mine or yours?
No, it ain't. Somebody watching TV.
Yeah, I just hear some shit going on. What the heck? All right, so new gaming order. We are going to be talking about the PlayStation experience. Now, I want you guys to know that many YouTubers have took a hot diarrhea shit on Sony for the PlayStation experience.
Up, one of those links you put in the damn thing
What's up?
One of the links that you guys put in this thing is like. Go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, so we're pretty much gonna give our thoughts on the PlayStation experience. and find out what everybody thought about it. So with that, I want to start with free play mode. PlayStation experience. Did it live up to the hype, or did this greatness awaits that Sony has been touting for so long? You know, did it live up to expectations? Pretty much.
I'm sensing some hostility, man.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance. This is not me. This is coming from Stone Fox Media, Alpha Omega Sin, the Red Dragon. Like, it's not me. I'm just letting you know. This is what's.
Don't you mean the Disc of Tron failed VR experience?
Well, I'm just saying. I just want to put a disclaimer. It's not me. It's not me. I'm just relaying. What's been going on.
Yo, I watched it, and I felt like I wasted. I want
hour 49 minutes.
Wasting my time. Can I do that?
Shut up, yo.
Seriously,
you can't sue Sony for that, man. Come on now.
Dude, I want the time that they spent showing me that shit back. I want my life back. I want that hour and some change back in my life, yo. Because I felt like I could have been doing something so much more productive than watching that.
Okay, well, tell me how you really feel, Dave.
That was like the hottest garbage ever.
All right, but okay. You said it sucks. All right, but what are your thoughts? What were some highlights? 3 ups and 3 downs. I like to do it military style.
All
you know,
right.
well, because there were 3 good games that I saw.
And this is going to be like shocking to everybody, considering my feelings on this topic. And everybody in the world knows that I'm not like the biggest Final Fantasy VII fan. Like, I'm possibly one of the biggest detractors of that game. I hate it with a passion because I do not understand why it's held in such high regard. But I think that the presentation, what they showed of Final Fantasy VII Remake was very good. I was not expecting gameplay footage, and they showed gameplay footage, and it looks like it's going to play like Kingdom Hearts, where you get to free flow, control your character, and it's going to play more like an action RPG than
they said that.
Yeah, so that was a pleasant surprise, but everything else about the PlayStation experience was just the hottest garbage ever. It is possibly the worst press conference since Sony's 2006 E3.
The $5.99.
$599
Shut up. Well,
dude.
But Dave, what about that Onimusha looking like game, Koei?
Oh my God, Neo. Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like,
why is that game not getting no?
No, but you see, you know, I play. I'm gonna let.
I don't get hyped up for trail like CG splash trailers. Like, yeah,
no,
they
there was
announced
gameplay. There was lots of.
Yeah, there was gameplay.
That was not actual gameplay. That was like a render mock-up of what gameplay would be like, but that wasn't actual gameplay.
You didn't
like various sites have gone on to say that it wasn't actual gameplay. It's like a mock-up.
All right, hey, Demizo, if you could provide me the links, like, you know, I'll just put it for reference in the background.
And it's like, okay. And another thing I didn't like was well, it's not something that I didn't like personally, but it's catching a lot of flack across the internet, and that's that Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be, I'm not even going to say it's going to be an episodic style game, because that would be a disservice to episodic style games. It's going to be a multi-game series, like Final Fantasy 13 was a multi-game series. So it's going to be like, because they said that what they have planned is so big and so broad that it would not fit inside of the span of one game. So they're gonna make at least 2 or 3 sequels to Final Fantasy VII Remake. So essentially, you're gonna be spending $180 on Final Fantasy VII when it's all said and done.
All right.
And I know that rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and it could go either way depending on how it's come across. Like, if that first episode is hot fire, and if it comes out perfect, then people won't mind spending the next $60 and the $60 after that for the next games in the series of Final Fantasy VII. But if the first game is all flash and no sizzle.
Yeah, that can be really bad for them, you know.
So,
But
so they're rolling the dice big time by doing that.
all right,
Instead
but
of
I
just
mean,
doing
Demizo,
like,
they had to have some good. I mean, I saw some redeeming qualities with Neo, Street Fighter Five. There was that anime RPG looking game, the cell shaded game. I forgot the name. Like I had the notes
Ni no
because yeah, I mean, hell, I might get that. That looks freaking dope. You know
Nino
what I
Kuni
mean?
was amazing.
You know, because I think overall, you know, the notes that I took, and you know, I'll give you the floor, Demizo, again. The conference started really strong, and then it tapered off. It became more like indies, and Yoshida was pretty much saying this was like the biggest year of announcements of his career. But like it's still, and you know, I don't want to step on toes, but it's still underwhelming. Next year, Microsoft has all this, you know, their setup and their focus is on new IPs. Like you got the Quantum Break, a lot, you know, Scalebound, a lot of stuff that's supposed to be like this. You know, I mean, first party exclusive stuff. And I was expecting the PlayStation experience to show me something like that, and they didn't. You know, a lot. Yeah,
this
go ahead.
goes back to what I said earlier. Sony is showing no reason why they're ahead in the console sales.
Well,
Like,
guys, I don't think that's true. They had like 3 events this year. Like I felt like last
And
month,
Paris
I
Game
think in
Show,
October,
E3,
we already
and
had
then
another
this.
Sony event that showed off like 20 games that they were going to come out in 2016. Like, of course, like the PlayStation experience is going to be underwhelming. Like, come on, guys. Like,
But you see,
like seriously.
Let me go in on this, man. Because as a Sony fan, there should be no Sony fans out there happy with this conference. Like there should be no Sony fans happy with this conference. That doesn't mean that this was a bad conference, but hear me out, because this is the thing. A lot of people were judging this conference based off of last year PSX, which was amazing. Now, just what was said earlier, Sony just came off of a conference about a month and a half ago at Tokyo Game Show. So they did show some stuff at Tokyo Game Show.
Games.
But this is the thing. This is PSX. This you know, PlayStation heaven, quote unquote. You know what I mean? This is where you show your loyal ponies, fans of all ages, shapes,
ponies.
and
What?
sizes. This is why you have a PlayStation. Instead of what they did at the beginning,
Yes,
you know, was wonderful. My man came out there with a Crash Bandicoot shirt. They showed some Uncharted.
don't bullshit
they showed
me.
some Final Fantasy. You know, and they started off really strong. Now,
bullshit.
I'm kind of giving them a little bit of a pass because they had to show.
Stop
VR.
it!
They had to show VR because it's coming out. It's coming upon us here really quick. So this was their only chance to show VR in as much depth as they did. So they had to give a lot of that time to VR, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no excuse for you guys to go out there and do this conference and not show a first party game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot of people said that.
They didn't show anything first party. The only thing they showed that I believe was first party was MLB The Show.
Uncharted.
Well,
But how many Uncharted? You're gonna see it at every event they do.
Yeah, I don't even want to see Uncharted no more. Stop showing me Uncharted. I don't want to see it anymore. We know what we're gonna get. We know Uncharted. We know what we're gonna get.
Ratchet and Clank.
That was cool. Uncharted was cool. Neo was the best thing out of the
Yeah, it was. That was
Neo,
dope.
Neo was the best thing out of the conference for me.
Really?
Yeah, yo, it was dope.
For me, Neo is one of my most anticipated games next to Horizon, because Neo looks like Omnimusha mixed with, you know, a little bit of Ninja Gaiden, a little bit of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Type. I can't wait. So,
But you know what? Neo actually looks like a game that you would traditionally find on a PS2. You know what I mean? And I used to love those games. You know, I mean,
it's Omnimusha. It looked like Omnimusha to me. That's why I'm on board. But let me just say that just to wrap it up, man. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. They knew they should have came much stronger than how they did. They they had like I said, there's no Sony fans out there that's true Sony fans that should be happy with what they did. If Pony's out there that's praising this conference, you can go ahead and praise that shit. You know you hurting off that bullshit conference. So there's no way you can fake the funk on that. That shit was upsetting, and it just was bad. I mean, like I said, I can't keep saying it's bad because it wasn't that bad. It's just that maybe we hyped it up too much. Maybe we were kind of let down, but there's no excuse for not showing a first party game. Come on now, some God of War, something. Show me, even if the game isn't coming out in 2016, show us something to let us know, like, okay, this is why I got a PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are still saying they don't know why they have their PlayStation.
Now, you know what? You're gonna like the next topic or the next thing that we talk about, but with that, I think that Sony and Yoshida even came out on Twitter and said they don't have like the number of AAA titles from Sony is gonna dwindle a bit. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, the cost to make these games are really up there now. You know, it's not like 12 guys making Super Mario. This is hundreds of people, in a studio, getting actors and composers, and it's like a movie studio now. So I understand, but with Sony having such a commanding lead, they have the funds to do this. You know what I mean? And on the flip side, Microsoft is hurting. With the 360, they were losing a lot of money on that, but they stuck to their guns. You know what I mean? And with that, it's like, for me, I was hoping, like, again, I don't have buyer's remorse, but that, PS4 should have a God of War game. That's the wrong answer. It's like Mario not appearing on the Wii U or the NX for like a year or 2 years. And then Sony is running around. No, I'm talking about for this generation. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Don't need God of War. Let's say they made.
But their first party, cause the first party.
Okay, so they need, they need something new and fresh for the new era. They don't need the old games. Like, listen, I didn't get to go yet, and I'm just saying my piece. That go ahead. That Final Fantasy shit sucked, right? And anybody who likes that shit is fucking crazy.
Oh, listen, what the heck?
Just because they added more graphics, I got a little excited for the graphics and everything, but they changed the whole fucking game. I wanted it to still be the same RPG that it was, that you take the turns or whatever.
I figured you would, because I know you were diehard on that one.
That's not the way the game started. That's how I feel about Final Fantasy. It's garbage, and if you like that, you're fucking crazy. All right?
You lie.
And like, I don't get it. Like, Sony is none of the consoles, first of all, I really have that many titles, and I've been saying this shit over and over, and I keep saying it.
Well, probably not titles that you're interested in. We have to.
No.
Exactly.
It's the same fucking games. You guys always tell me that shit, but I'm going crazy because there's no titles for any console. All right, there's no new innovation. Everything's about
cause you're wildin'.
And my old games, like, I want to play God of War, no Onimusha again. No, I want Kingdom Hearts again. No, you want new titles, you want new games, you want new shit. That's why you got a new console with
what is
graphics.
New? What's the last new thing you played?
That's what I mean. That's the problem.
No, you don't think that they want to do that? That's
they're not
what they're trying to do. But it's not as easy as you make it sound. Like, they can't just go in there and just make something new that somebody's gonna like. They gotta stay true to something.
Yeah, right. It says straight to the template, right?
I mean,
no, I don't say that.
Yeah.
But guys, time out for the sake of time. I want to give Noop a chance to talk. What were your thoughts on some of what Sony showed? What would you grade the experience, and what are some things that stood out in your mind from the conference, and what are some letdowns? Go ahead.
I didn't even watch it, yo. I wasn't excited at all.
You ain't missed nothing.
I know I didn't. I mean, I started watching it with Shinwar and Alex, and Shinwar was like, "It's over, it's over."
Yeah, I know, right? Yo, he at church right now.
And when I actually looked at it, I was like, "Oh."
Well,
the way that conference ended, everybody said, "Oh, it's over."
Yeah, it was abrupt.
I realized.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
But I realized he was trolling I mean, and this is what really let me know was bad, and why I didn't go back and watch the whole thing. Honestly, is because I went to my gamer forums on Facebook, and they weren't even buzzing about it. It was a lot of disappointment. There was a few people who liked some stuff that was going on. I did look at the Neo trailer. It looks pretty good, but I guess I'm just used to Ninja Gaiden style action. So it didn't really strike a nerve with me. I was personally upset because I want to buy a PS4, but they haven't, in my personal opinion, given me enough of a reason. There's not enough of a distinction from the Xbox One for me to say, you know what, I need to get a PS4 instead. Because I mean, other system features, there's not really anything I'd be really missing that I don't have, and most of my favorite franchises are on Xbox, you know. But hopefully, I mean, who knows? Sony's got to come with it. I mean, you know, Microsoft had a stellar winter season. Next year, like Alex said, you know, it's gonna be all those IPs, man. You got Scalebound. You have Recore. I mean, they've already hyped up next year with games that look solid, and their first party and their exclusives, and it's like Sony kind of dropped the ball. It's kind of like, you know, the tortoise and the hare. They went to the mall. The hare got ahead in that race. I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna take a nap. This tortoise ain't gonna catch up. You know, and now it's just like, and listen to what Goken said. He wants to play new games. Look at where the new games are coming.
Well, but I'm telling you, the next topic is going to be very interesting. You know, like it might be very polar, but for the sake of time, also Dragon Senpai, you still with us? All right, what are your thoughts? I don't know if you got to see the PlayStation experience, or were you allowed to?
I didn't watch it at all.
Okay, you know, we can like have this segment cut short then.
I can say something.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is they should have done better.
Okay, in what way? I mean,
no. I'm saying like they should have done better. That people wanted, like maybe new titles. Like they're probably tired of seeing the older titles over and over again.
And you know what? I'm surprised that they didn't show anything on Last Guardian.
Bruh, they didn't show nothing from Last Guardian. They didn't show nothing from Horizon.
Yeah, you only gave him one.
That people actually wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like I said, I give them a little bit of a pass because they had to show so much VR. Yeah. But there's still no excuse. I mean, yeah, they that's why they had to do it. You got to. You have to. At some point, I knew this was going to happen. They had to show some VR. This was the time to show VR. This is their conference. This is their new peripheral. They have to show it. But there's still no excuse for not showing, one of your. We should have saw something brand new. We should have saw maybe a snippet of God of War, maybe a snippet of something. Even if it's not coming out in 2016, then it's like we should have saw something new. And
no,
it's just a shame.
You know what? I wanted to ask you guys. I missed I missed. Yeah, there was a lot missing,
I don't want to see nothing I've seen already.
Yeah, true. But Demizzle, you were gonna talk about the PlayStation VR because I didn't see that segment, but I heard it was a disaster. Like,
it really was.
It was just like really like messed up. What happened?
Dude, they played the glitchiest version of Tron ever. It was just so horrible. And it's like,
how does Sony get away with that, bro? Like,
I know there's no proper way to demo VR and get people interested in it from looking at it, being on the outside looking in, but damn, the presentation. It's not that the game itself was bad, because it was just Disc of Tron. It was a simple. If you've seen Tron and you've seen the Disc War game, you know what to expect.
Okay.
But the whole presentation of it, oh my gosh, it was painful to watch. It was really painful to watch. Like, I felt bad. Yeah, I felt bad for the people that were demoing it. I really did.
Wow.
Because they were trying so hard to make it and make it look, try to demo it, and it just wasn't working. It just was. It was just trash, man. I mean, that shit's gonna flop.
I'm surprised. Like, did they really? I think that what Sony should have done, or PlayStation VR, they should have taken notes with the HoloLens. Even though HoloLens is not primarily going to be used for gaming, their proof of concept look flawless. No one can deny that. When you were looking at when you were able to see the 3D with the HoloLens paint from the lens of the camera, so that you could see from a third person what the actual users were seeing, that was amazing. It's like they knew, and it wasn't game related, like I said, but they should take notes from that, how Microsoft and Windows 10 is going to start doing that. You know what I mean? It worked. They made sure it worked. It wasn't any bugs or glitches or whatever. But
that's the thing, man. It's because it's not game related. That's why they're not.
But that shouldn't be an excuse either. I mean, if they had something like when I first ran into Nelson and Michael Hurdle from Raw Gameplay, where we're at Comic-Con 2010, and we're playing the Kinect in its beta stage, it still worked. Even though the calibration was slightly off, by the time you get to the final product, it worked. You know? If they're this far behind, what's going to happen when it pops up? You know what I mean? Hopefully I would say, for their sake, I want it to work. I want to, have a new experience. I'll try it if the price is right, because we already know that the Oculus and all that is going to be
$400.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous, but go ahead, Luke.
You got to buy 2 PlayStation on them sticks, yo. With them sticks. You got to buy 2 of those, yo.
Oh, what?
No, they better not. They better not bundle. They better not have that shit bundled in. I swear to God, if they make you have to buy a M.U.G.E.N wand and all that shit, I'm through with Sony, man. They might as well hang that shit up.
In order to use it, you need the 2 M.U.G.E.N wands and you need the PlayStation camera in order.
That's what I'm saying.
That won't be all titles. I'm pretty sure they're probably pushing it. That's for the more immersed things where there's like when you're like painting inside of a room and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But if there's gonna be like a first-person shooter or a flying game, I'm pretty sure they'll let you use a controller. It just it kind of makes sense that way.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting to say the least. But I wanted to hit the other topic, but did everybody get a chance to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I take back my statement. That shit was bad.
Now you see, Khalif, I wasn't coming to after Sony in that respect. Like, I stopped watching once they started going into the other stuff. I just saw what I wanted to see was Street Fighter V and whatnot, and then I was like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I did individual video on. I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe I didn't watch enough of it to see how bad it was. So
I watched it from start to finish.
Really,
yeah, if you watch it from start to finish, then you definitely can understand where we're coming from. Because I watched it from start all the way to finish.
I thought people were exaggerating, but you guys are really like,
it literally got painful to watch.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. But like I say, there's no excuse for them to like tease us. It was like they was teasing us, bro. How the hell do you come out in a Crash Bandicoot shirt, not say nothing about Crash Bandicoot, and then on top of that, not announce nothing new? Then they had this guy. Don't bullshit me. You know how they do the sizzle reel where it kind of like has a little montage?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My man came back with the montage. It's like, it sound like he said, "Oh, we're not done yet," and I'm thinking, "Oh shit, we're about to get something else," and then they just close it out. They put the little montage in. They cut the lights on, and everybody was. It seemed like everybody was still sitting there. You know how you?
Yeah, they're like, what? That's it.
Movie,
yeah.
Some people still wait after a Marvel movie to see the after credit cut. I swear that's what people were doing. They were like, "No, this cannot be over. This can't be it."
And it was almost like a dude was about. It was almost like a dude had to come out on stage to the side. It was like, "We're done.
We're done. We're done. You guys can go home now.
Wow. All right. So that we don't have this running too long. New Gaming Order. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. You know.
Damn.
What's that?
Okay,
All right.
yeah,
Hold on. I'll fix it. All right. Yeah. New Gaming Order. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on NewGamingOrder.com. And thank you guys who are in the chat watching us. For the director's cut, stay tuned. We're gonna actually we have 2 more topics. Actually, the last one's more like a PSA, but the next one we're gonna be talking about will be very interesting to say the least. And the PlayStation Experience kind of will segue into that. So make sure you join us for the next piece, and we'll see you on the next segment. Peace.
So Alex,
Yes.
I'm probably gonna watch that
The conference?
the PlayStation, the conference.
It's on YouTube.
See if it's really, I'm gonna see if it's really bad, just for me. And also, I think I need to get off just for time being.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll probably be here on Friday. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Friday Night Fights. All right, thank you, Dragon Senpai, for joining us. Another one bites the dust. All right, so this one I'm gonna do a blind topic, and I just want to know what you guys initially think based off of what we were doing before. So we're gonna start the local recording in 3, 2, 1. We back like Juggernaut bitches. New Gaming Order, and I wanted to talk about the second to last topic, which is pretty much Yoshida was asked, or pretty much Yoshida is saying how he's unsure why the PS4 is doing so well. How do you not know? You know, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to communicate here.
This is old, ain't it? It's old as hell.
No, well, this popped up recently on another YouTuber's channel, and then I felt that it needed to be covered by the New Gaming Order staff. But it's interesting to say the least when you got a company that's in the lead, commanding lead, and don't know why. That doesn't make sense to me. Like the Sony PlayStation 4 is, you know, in such a lead. It's like the Bugatti or the Nissan GTR jumping out in the lead and doing its thing, and they don't know why, you know. So the scary thing with that is, okay, Sony's in the lead, right, and they don't know why, and let's say whatever brought them the lead, they don't know how to maintain that. What if they lose momentum? You know what I mean? Like, success is something that you know what got you there. So with that being said, I just wanted to know what you guys thought. Like, it's strange to me. Like, how does that happen? But Khalif, you can go.
Do you really think that he doesn't know? Like,
you know what? Well, explain it because he's saying or unless he's playing dumb.
No,
you know,
he's not playing dumb either. He's being politically correct because he's not gonna just go out there and say, "Oh, we're successful. We're in the lead because Xbox fucked up, Microsoft fucked up."
Yeah,
but he knows that. I mean, anybody in their right mind in Sony knows that that's why they're in the lead. They did a 10-second snippet of how they share games. You know what I mean? They knew what was happening when it happened. You know, at E3 that year, they knew. Oh my God, we are about to make a killing. I don't think that they knew that they would be this far in the lead. I don't think that they knew that it would be this bad for Xbox. Well, I don't want to say bad, but
yeah,
I don't think that they thought that it would be this lopsided for them.
Why not?
So I think that he's saying that he doesn't understand. Maybe he doesn't understand how they're maintaining the lead with them not having, you know, their God of Wars and all their first party.
Yeah, that still baffles me a little bit.
I think that's what he's confused about. But he knows why they're in the lead. I mean, come on, let's be real. He knows why
Microsoft had a bad start.
Exactly, because they had a bad start. But he's not gonna say that. He can't. He's the guy, so he's not gonna say anything like that to make bad business. he knows why, but again, he doesn't understand. I think that what he's trying to say is that I don't know how we're maintaining the interest and maintaining the buzz that we still have with none of our heavy hitters being out or even being announced. We haven't even heard of what this God of War is. We haven't even, seen some of these games from these studios that we know are making PlayStation 4 games. But yet they're still, leading NPDs every single month. I think they've only lost 3 NPDs, 3 or 4 maybe. So, I mean, that's what he's confused about, but he know why they got the lead.
Also, there was another source that mentioned that, and even Yoshida himself was saying that you had a lot of people that left gaming for a while. Maybe some people bailed out during the PlayStation era, or probably bailed out during the N64, and they probably just coming back to gaming. And Sony has a strong advertising campaign, right? So, like I was telling Noop in the Little Billy story I was talking about at Toys R Us, some people are just like 1080p, okay, they just run to the PlayStation not understanding what they're purchasing. And that's that, that's Yoshida was like, hey, that could be one of the reasons why they're such in a commanding lead and growing. But it's strange, even and Black Dragon 79, shout out to him. What is it that they're doing that keeps them in that position? Yoshida can't even understand it, and if you see in the he says, but I for one am a bit nervous because we don't completely understand what's happening. You need to understand why your products are selling well so that you can plan for the future, right? So it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's a runaway phenomenon and they don't know why. Word of mouth can be a big thing, but it's strange. Like, Phil Spencer is saying they don't know why they're doing so well, and that somebody to respond that way knows that they're not doing enough. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get Goken's thought on it. Goken, what are your thoughts?
I'm good.
What's that?
I'm passing.
You're passing? Uh-oh. I'm going to refresh because the Mizzle says he can't hear me. I'm probably going to switch off the Discord because I thought this was supposed to be a little more sturdy. Sorry about that, guys. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, Demizzle. All right, yeah, Demizzle, I can hear you. All right, so since Goken is going to pass, Demizzle, what are your thoughts on Yoshida not understanding why their product is selling so well? Hello, Demizzle? Oh, I can't hear him.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
I don't think anyone can hear anybody.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear
y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Demizzle's the only one I can't hear.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I thought this was supposed to be working properly. Alright, I'm gonna refresh one more time and then alright. Is everybody there?
I'm good.
Alright, Demizzle, you there?
Demizzle, turn yours on and turn it back. I don't think Demizzle's voice is connected.
Alright.
He has to fix his mic.
Oh man, what a disaster tonight. Alright. Well, since Goken, alright, no, what are your thoughts on Sony not understanding why they're doing so well?
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Little Billy?
They're not Little Billy, and basically, I mean, you said that. Oh, excuse me. Woo.
Damn, tired?
That sounds like someone that knows they're not doing enough.
Yeah.
It could be them trolling, but I mean, like K-Simi said, we know it's all because Microsoft had one of the worst starts ever.
But a good recovery though.
Yeah, they had one of the worst starts ever though. Like, I wasn't taken aback by it, but a lot of people were, and they got that first wave. And again, you got to look at finances. Everybody can't go out and buy consoles, so and then you got to think about it too. think about where these people are buying their console.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this nigga hit me with a bat. I'm sorry.
What the heck? We can't use that word.
But he just ran up and hit me with a baseball bat. But think about it. Think about who's selling these people these consoles. 9 times out of 10, they're not a gamer. If you go to your Best Buys, your GameStops, your this, that, and the third, some of the GameStop guys are gamers, but a lot of them are, telling them to buy a PlayStation. It's better. Everyone has it, blah, 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 without giving it a real reason. You know what I'm saying? They don't break down the differences. Like, I used to do that with 360 and PlayStation 3s when people ask me which was better. I'm like, if you're more of a media consumption person, I said I would probably go to PlayStation. But I was like, if it's gaming and you plan on gaming online, I will get a 360. But I was like, honestly, you really can't go wrong. I said they're both good systems. They're just different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's like, I was talking to a Best Buy employee, and he was like, man, I wish I would have got an Xbox instead. Because he was like, I bought it because everybody was buying it. So I started looking at how Microsoft is dropping bundles. I'm looking at the games coming out, and he was like, I don't care about Uncharted. And I don't care about the stuff they're talking about. And I was like,
wow.
Which is why.
Well, what the hell was you doing buying a PlayStation?
You know what?
got caught up in the hype, bro.
Remember what we were talking about with the propaganda, though? Like, somehow they convinced people that this was the thing to buy. And you know what? There's some good things on the system. Don't get me wrong.
This is the other thing, too, though. All he plays is like 2K and a couple other games. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's available on, multi-console.
Yeah. So it just don't make
But you know what? I wanted to read from the games GammaUltra.com. There was a guy by the name of Michael Joseph. He said, I don't think the main problem with the Xbox One is that they're trying to do too much. I think the vision itself is inconsistent. That made sense because Don Metric was like entertainment, TV sports, entertainment, TV sports.
Yes.
It wants to become a central home computing device, but wants to operate as a closed appliance type of ecosystem that only pimps it out to services and partners. Interesting. If Microsoft wanted to adopt a more open vision like Valve has, it can easily dominate the console space. What do you guys think about that?
It's very true.
But you see, here's the thing why I don't agree with, but that's an old response. I think that with the right leadership at the time, if Phil Spencer was head of Xbox at the launch, it would have been a lot closer, Oh, yeah. But again, I've told people, and me, being I primarily play on Xbox because that's where my friends are, right? But the thing is, I know the system doesn't have as fast DDR RAM as the PS4, and we know it has a slightly better edge on the processor. They're slight. John Carmack has come out and said this. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, id Software, one of the most respected developers, he was even honest about the PlayStation 3 and the 360. Everybody knew the PlayStation 3 had more raw horsepower than the 360. But with the way the architecture was, they were just getting that watered down ports and whatnot. If they really put the screws to it like they did with some of the Sega Saturn titles, PS4 would have easily wiped out the 360. But it was easier to develop for, so hey, it's what it was. But now it's just still trying to figure it out. Don't know what it is, but if people are getting caught in the hype and getting caught into greatness awaits and what have you, like, shout out to Black Dragon, or not Black Dragon, The Red Dragon, and his YouTube channel. I think he probably was overzealous in saying that he's gonna jump off the Sony ship, because you don't want to jump off the ship and something awesome pops up. You know what I mean? I think that the difference between Sony and Microsoft is in a desperate state, so you see more of the effort. But Sony's not trying hard enough, and they're still in that commanding lead, But Goken, you gave up your turn, right? Because there's only 4 of us left on the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can give you guys the floor to conclude before we do our final topic.
Yeah, man, I just want to say with Yoshida, man, he's obviously not gonna say the obvious.
No, you have to be confident with your stuff, though.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But again, he doesn't know. I believe, like I said, I believe he's telling the truth, but he's not. Like I said, he can't say exactly what's on his mind. Like he can't just go out there and say, "Well, this is why we're in the lead." But it's perfectly fine for you to kind of scratch your head at, well, we don't have a God of War out. We don't have, we don't have this and that out. We don't have any of our heavy hitters ready to go. We haven't had on point, exclusive, really since Bloodborne, and we're still winning the MPDs. Like, of course you're gonna scratch your head at that. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't understand. I mean, but it's one of those things where it could be the hype, it could be still that bad publicity from Xbox One, but there's no way for him to fully understand what's going on. But he does know how they got the lead in the first place. I'm sure he understands that. But I think that they're in a position where they could kill it if they tried, but they're not trying. And
they even said that the third-party support is so strong with games like third-party exclusives.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, they felt that they would compete with themselves. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and it makes sense. It makes a good amount of sense, but it's still it's putting off guys like me. That's kind of feels like, well, maybe I do need to go ahead and renew my Xbox One, Xbox Live membership. Jump on the Xbox Live instead of PlayStation, because it's about that time. My shit run out. Yeah. If I feel like if I feel like that Xbox is gonna have some better shit for me going forward more than PlayStation will, then I'll jump shit. I'll go right over there. It don't make me no difference. But if you're
still gonna play games regardless. So.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play my games. That ain't thing to me. I'm still gonna play my games. But the thing is, me having that preference for Sony, I don't feel like that you guys are giving me that reason. Like you guys are making me feel good about me making that choice and stay playing on my PlayStation 4 every day, because I play it every day. But then sometimes I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I just watched PSX. I ain't see no God of War. I didn't see what I wanted to see. And it kind of upsets me being a Sony fan.
Okay. All right. So with that, I'm gonna draw this segment to a close. Any alibis or anything y'all want to add before we go into intermission?
Sony,
not about now.
All right. New Gaming Order. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. And I promise I won't lash out if you disagree. Just make sure it's in the proper context and we're not like attacking each other, because
you went in on that video, by the way. I was laughing.
I'm sorry. With that being said, New Gaming Order, we'll be right back.
You went in on that video.
Wait a minute. The thing was, I was passionate that I don't think I said anything wrong, except for some people who are Sony ponies actually took offense to it because it applied to them. So I must have struck a nerve, and it just really, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, but this last topic is Phil Spencer. Went on record to say that he would like to see Nintendo games on the Xbox.
He said that because he probably knows it's coming with the NX application.
Okay, so we're gonna lead into that one. So we're gonna go into the recording in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, New Gaming Order? We are returning from intermission, and this is our last segment of the evening. All right, so pretty much Phil Spencer has made it public that he would like to see Nintendo games on the Xbox brand, which I don't know what that means. Is it some people predicting that the NX might be a bust or something, or is it just like an in case thing? I just wanted to know what these guys thought. So, or the staff. So, Kasimi, what are your thoughts on Phil Spencer's comments on what him wanting to see a possible Mario or Nintendo IPs? Because we've been saying, and Nelson's been saying for a long time, if Nintendo messes up with the NX, this is their last chance. They mess up, that's it. It's over. So I just wanted to know what you thought.
Well, this is the first time I heard about this. This is interesting. I just want to know, are people going to get mad that they can't use their NES cartridges?
Well, I think if that were the case,
listen, not for nothing, Nintendo's done a good job with backwards compatibility.
Oh yeah, they've been the consistent standard.
They're better of anybody. Yeah,
they've been consistent, and that's the one thing that I would say that they succeeded where all others failed. They always maintain their nostalgia, and they don't stick it to their fans, except for the fact that they don't strive to make the most powerful console, but they really, aside from the practices that me and Nelson keep fighting with Nintendo to put content on the YouTube channel, Nintendo, the fan service has always been there, but they played safe and stay with their IPs and everything. And the fact that they, in essence, I don't know if it's too premature to say that the Wii U was a failure. But like, if something happens at the NX, it would only be right for them to go platform or software based and just provide for other consoles. But I know Goken was about to say something. Go ahead.
No. If you're done, I'll go when it's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just laying that down.
I mean, with the NX, I think Nintendo's learned their lesson, right? Listen, the Wii U, I think, is a great console, right? I think they had a great idea with the dual display and the controller. It could have been smaller. The controller was way too big. So they're gonna fix that, right? I think they understand that the controller kind of should have been a Game Boy type thing that you can bring with you and still play. And
which is the NX is supposed to do, supposedly.
Right. So I think they get it, right? And not only that, you see that they unified their account services. So that you're gonna have your one Nintendo account that when you log in.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could also allude to that. I can log in on my iOS phone and play my games that I purchased. I can log in on PlayStation and play my games that I purchased. Those type of things might be happening. You know what I mean? So I'm very optimistic for what the next release is. We already know they pushed back 2 major titles. Star Fox got pushed to April, which apparently
again.
They might
Wait.
April. So, which apparently I think they're supposed to announce the new console in April.
Well, it's supposedly like fall next year. So
we could see that in April. We'll see preview of the new console. We'll probably get a sneak peek of the new platform, right?
Yeah.
So the Wii U will probably get some type of update with that platform available currently, right? Which will be able to transition people into the new console when it happens.
Yeah.
Right. All your Wii U games are probably going to be playable on that. I think.
Yeah.
So this is all speculation, and I could see all of it happening. And if they do it that way, it's going to be good. If for right now, if you have Wii U games and they still work with the new console, no bullshit, none of that. And true backwards compatibility with your Wii games, and maybe even some GameCube. Oh, they will.
Okay, but let's say a Mario would end up on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox. Would you purchase it?
See, that's the thing about but
I'd be all over it, bro. I'll be all over it.
What I'm telling you is, with the NX platform, something like that will be possible.
Well, on
but it probably won't be new Mario games. It'll probably be some old Mario games.
Honestly, if I were to see,
you'll be playing it through the Nintendo platform. Yeah, you may.
I mean, if they do it like that, if it's a win-win for Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony, that'd be freaking awesome. But that's if they get out of the hardware business. If this fails, they're
not getting out of the hardware.
But hey, they're future-proofing by going with mobile games. So I mean, They're trying
I'm
to.
not getting out of the horror business, please.
Well, hey, you know what? If that were to happen, I'm gonna have you on the show and I'll have you explain yourself. But Noop, what are your thoughts on Phil Spencer and what he would like to see at someday?
I mean, I've said in the past, like I think honestly, Nintendo just needs to go the software route. Even if it's for like 2, 3 years, 5 years, and then come back really, really strong on the console. But if they were to do that, whoever can scoop them up and get that deal, that's it. Whoever gets Nintendo on their side, if Microsoft, Nintendo works something out, it's that will be phenomenal. I do miss Nintendo's. I do miss those franchises, but I'm not paying for that, yo. It's not enough. It's not enough. But I would love to see it too, man. That'd be great.
All right. And Demizzle, what are your thoughts? Did we lose Demizzle?
He's gone, man.
Oh wow. All right, so with that, I mean, I just think if a game like Mario Galaxy or some of the newer titles, if Nintendo were to even entertain this is just Phil Spencer talking. So this is, what if? So
now let's go ahead and go with that. What if? Now, what if a Mario game comes out on PlayStation or Xbox and they charge 15? People still going to be upset? Or what are we going to hear? Are people going to be as
say it again?
Well, we already know.
Emulation?
We already know that Nintendo games hold more value than the console. No, I'm just joking. No.
Well, I mean,
it would be upsetting. It would be upsetting.
If they were how much? I didn't hear the price.
If they were $15, just like they're charging.
You're talking about downloadable. You're talking about downloadable, right? But remember, Nintendo has a habit right now. I can put all of my Wii games into my Wii U and play it.
But no, I'm talking about on, like what we were just talking about, games on PlayStation or games on Xbox. If they put Super Mario, let's say Super Mario Galaxy, whatever, or Super Mario World, whatever Mario you want, it's $15. Are people gonna be up in arms?
I think it's different.
Are the same people gonna be complaining?
No, I think it would be different
because some people
they're not gonna make it native for They're not gonna make it native for PlayStation. They're probably gonna let you stream it or play it through that platform.
I think Khalif is different because with the PlayStation side of the house, you had folks that already own the stuff. Now, if you're opening up a library for Nintendo games onto the Xbox or PlayStation 4, that's something new. So it generally you would have to pay for it.
But that's what I'm getting at. It's the Crash Bandicoot and Kingdom Hearts ain't never been on PlayStation 4 before. If they make it we know it's been on PlayStation, but it ain't been on PlayStation 4. Same thing with
but if they own the disc, I think that's where the people are upset. Like, it's not like you could take a GameCube game and stick it in the X1 or PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Like, I see what you're trying to say. It's like it's the same yet different. You know what I mean? Because this is.
I don't see how it's different. That's my thing. I don't see how it's different because now we're putting value on what I think is important versus what you think is important. Because I may think that $15 is less than what I would pay for a Kingdom Hearts version remastered, basically with trophies and shit. I could care less about a Mario game, and they want to charge $15 for it. But that's my point. People are gonna be mad either way you go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are mad about these games being $15, and they're saying you're paying $15 for trophies, but I mean, I'm paying $15 for a game that I want to play again. And the trophy support and the 1080p and the 60 frames is just icing on the cake for me. But and that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people are mad about this emulation shit. But if they do a Mario emulation or they do that type of shit, then it's all good. It's okay. But I mean, what's the difference? It's the same shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Again, those who watch this on YouTube, leave your comments because one thing we gotta also, I try to see things from different side of the house. Like, hey, Kasemi has his view, Goken, Noop have their views. You know what I mean? And I think that me and Goken kind of explained it, but to all their own. Like we're just expressing it.
Exactly. I'm like the only person that I've, I don't want to say talk to, but I feel like I'm the only person with this opinion on the pricing side. I mean, because a lot of people, the only thing that I've been seeing people upset about is the pricing. I've seen people upset about the disc, but I've already put that out there when I think about this.
I guess, but you see the thing too, when you look at, some people were making it a fair assessment. If you're selling GTA, right, and for $15, and you can walk into GameStop and get it for $3, they're gonna be mad. You know what I mean? I think that's just a natural order of things. So, and even so, I forgot to mention this on the segment where we're talking about the digital reselling. Yoshida even said, well, you have to pay to add streaming support, where the Xbox One, the 360 games get those functionalities. They get the recording. They get the record that, take the snapshot. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hold on. Let me understand, because you don't have to pay extra to stream the game. You buy.
No, but Yoshida said it. Yoshida said it. You're adding trophy support. You're adding stream support. That's why you have to pay or that's why we're going that route with the type of.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
he's putting that out there like this is what you get a part of that package.
Yeah,
you don't get versus playing, because again, man, and I don't know. What's up with the audiences? Again, I'm not one of those guys that has PlayStation 2 discs laying around my house or anything like that. But I would imagine, maybe I'm wrong, but I would imagine you are one of those guys that still has PS2 games laying around your house. You probably still have a PS2 laying around your house, so. But
now you're sounding like Don Matrick when he was when they were talking about the Xbox One and the 360 backwards compatibility. He's like, you want backwards compatibility? Get an Xbox 360. And then people were like, are you for real? Are you for real? Like, remember?
Well, I'm for real, because I'm not one of those. I'm not in fuck myself up by saying that. But I mean, as fucked up as that sounds, if you're talking about a PS2 game, again, man, that's the equivalent to a VHS, my man.
Wow.
You're basically wanting to put a VHS in your in your Blu-ray player.
Hey,
like,
you know what? Those who are watching, definitely leave comments. That's interesting to say. I would have never thought about it like that. But.
I mean, because that's what you're trying to do, my man. Like,
yeah, but you know what, Kasemi, I don't want to like drift off because we already did that topic. This mainly for the Nintendo thing, possibly, what Spencer was saying. Yeah, I don't want to drift too far. We can revisit this next week, or when we move the podcast to Saturdays. We can definitely hit that up again. But did anybody have anything to add to that before we get ready to log off? Because we're going on to the 2-hour mark, and I know we got to get to bed. Yes, no, maybe so. All right.
Good.
All right, New Gaming Order, to the staff, thank you guys very much for assisting me, even though we had some technical difficulties. I feel we hit some good topics. I wanted to shout out to that guy, Vlad, Slinky Jim, a couple of our followers, new followers that joined us, Dragon Senpai, Nelson, for joining us, NYC Playboy. To our partner, Fullscreen, thank you guys for really working with us and seeing the potential in our show. And we're always looking for partnership and sponsors. So, make sure you hit me up on NewGamingOrder.com. And with that, we out like Juggernaut, bitches, and we'll see you next week. That should be the last time we're going to be on a Thursday. We're going to start trying to do the podcast on Saturday mornings for the sake of availability and everybody having work conflicts, especially on your knees. He couldn't be on tonight. So, again, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. We out. All right, so we're still live now. Khalif, you were saying, we could still do this for the director's cut, but the VHS to Blu-ray player.
That's the best analogy I got for that, man. Because I just feel like if you still own those discs and all that shit, you probably own the console. And don't if you still hold on to those things that dearly, I'm not one of those guys, but if I still held on to it, I would want to play it in its original form and that sort of thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like those guys that have those discs, this is for them. It seems like it's for those guys like me, maybe that want to play Kingdom Hearts, in up-res with trophies. I would kill for that right now. $15, $20, I would buy it because I want to play the game that bad, and I'm not willing to go and buy a PS2 and go buy another copy of Kingdom Hearts for that. So this kind of thing makes sense for a guy like me.
Yeah.
I think this is the focus on who they're looking for. They're not looking to bring on new gamers. They're not trying to sell consoles with this. They're not trying to please newcomers on. They're trying to appease to those nostalgic guys that still want to play some games. I think that's who that's for, and I think those guys don't really have much to complain about unless you have that PSN library that I was talking about. Those guys feel bad for y'all.
Yeah, they got taken to the ringer, but
exactly. That should have been worked on first, in my opinion.
But you know what? I am surprised. One thing, you and Black Dragon, honestly, I felt people were going in too hard on Sony. But I know you guys are Sony supporters, and y'all, I was surprised that y'all went in on Sony the way you and him went. I really didn't think they did that bad initially, but I didn't see the whole show, so I got to go back and check it all out once more. But
bro, if any so-called Sony fan is happy with that conference, they deserve to be called a quote-unquote pony, because that's the definition of pony. Just blindly just taking it up that, like, just
blindly taking it what?
Pretty much, where I was going. And happily, and I'm not even gonna say the whole. Where I'm going. There's no reason for any Sony fan, hardcore, kind of, on the
hardcore
to the top. I'm saying there's no type of Sony fan that should be happy. Even the deepest Sony fan shouldn't be happy. There's nothing. Like I said, the best thing for me out of that conference was Neo. That's it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game. That's all me, bro. That's gonna be. But I know Goken will play that because that's similar to Onimusha 3. But that's so that'll be good.
They're supposed to be putting out they put out a what is it? I think what I forgot. It slipped my mind.
What, for Onimusha?
Yeah, I think they
yeah, we talked about that last week. We talked about that last week on the show, where I think that's connected to the PlayStation emulation stuff, where they have to renew the trademark to sell and make money off of it. So
yeah, I'm gonna actually look and see.
That's just my prediction. It might not be right, but I did.
I'm saying what I'm gonna do is look up what a copy of Omnimusha costs. Just because a lot of people are throwing around prices for these games, saying like $5, $3, and these games ain't as cheap as y'all is putting it out to be. You could probably find these games cheap, like at a garage sale or Craigslist and shit, but you got impulse buyers, man. I'm an impulse buyer. Like, if I see that shit online and I can get that shit online, I'm not about to go and search and go dig around in fucking Goodwill bins for this shit. I'm about to buy this shit right now, and it's gonna be up-res and all this shit. So I'm just gonna, just for the sake of argument, if they put out Omnimusha full 1080p, 60 frames a second, and it's $15, I will buy that over.
That would be worth it. But
that's what I'm saying. Now, Omnimusha, I'm on Amazon right now.
You lie!
A PlayStation 2 copy of Omnimusha brand new is $33.99. I'm looking at another Omnimusha 2 is $14.76. Come on, man. Like really though. And these are brand new copies, mind you. But I could maybe how much cheaper are you gonna get than that? Like maybe $10 more, maybe down to $8. That's what I found Kingdom Hearts for. Cheapest I could find Kingdom Hearts was $8. That $8 is not worth it. That $8 is not worth it to me. Kingdom Hearts, just a standard PS2 copy. A $15 version with trophies in the up-res with 60 frames per second is worth $15 for me.
Okay. Well, with that, New Gaming Order, like, Noob, anything you want to add? We're on the director's cut. Y'all can say whatever before I stop the stream. Damn.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just say this. I'm sorry. Either give us full backwards compatibility or do the shit at all.
Give it in the back, what?
Way Microsoft is doing it, and they were slick too, because they were like, we're gonna offer it. It's up to the developers if they want us to do it or not. They were smart because they put that pressure off. So if we don't get some of the games we want, we're not gonna be hounding Microsoft. They're gonna say, hey, you need to talk to such and such studio. You know, it's there,
right?
But, you know, some might not want you stuck on Black Ops 2 because they want you to buy Black Ops 3.
Right.
So. But at least, you know, they did it completely. They're like, look, and I think that's where the conflict is coming in with what you were saying is, if I'm a PlayStation guy, I'm pissed because I'm looking at Microsoft get all the shit and being able to use their disc. Why the fuck can I do it? You know what I'm saying?
This
like,
is bad. This is
I think
bad
it's the
timing.
comparison. I think it's the comparison, the two children. Why does this little brother get all this stuff, and you know, and then you get jealous? You know what I mean? So, I mean, and then we get our digital library too. Like, they just did it right, you know. But again, back to your point, they were stupid for thinking they were gonna get that, because if you know anything about PlayStation Now, that was the death of backwards compatibility.
Right.
And that honestly, that makes me feel like it probably isn't possible, because if it was, I don't know that they would have did PlayStation Now.
I think they did PlayStation Now honestly thinking that was the future because of Netflix and Hulu and all this shit. Why not? If we can do it with movies, why couldn't we do it with games? Maybe not thinking that, okay, not everybody has a good internet connection to do this type of shit. Right. And I mean, you know, and they probably weren't thinking that Xbox was going to come counterpunch like this. They probably, at the time, when PS Now was announced, that to me was the smartest shit in the world. I'm like, now you got backwards compatibility, your own version of backwards compatibility, and Xbox doesn't have an answer for it. Well, now they got an answer for it. Now you're pretty much, you know, done with. You can't lean on backwards compatibility. You might as well not even try to promote that shit.
Yeah.
Because all you're gonna do is
getting people's hopes up. That's what it is.
All you're really gonna do is shoot yourself in the foot, because the next question is, well, Xbox can do that, why can't y'all? And all you're gonna do is keep getting that criticism. Xbox can do it, why can't y'all? Xbox can do it, why can't y'all? So they've already lost that battle. That battle is lost.
Yeah, 2016 is gonna be an interesting year. You know,
it's Microsoft year. It's Microsoft year to take. If they don't take it, man, and it, you know, starting in January, I mean, man, I don't know. Maybe at that point, if they continue to be aggressive like they're doing and making things happen for their consumers, at that point, I won't know why put selling, because it would be like, why now the guys that's already own these systems, you know, first year owners of these systems, I mean, it's hard, the damage is done. But for the new guys coming on, at this point, once you start seeing all this shit for Xbox and none of this shit coming to Sony, it doesn't even make sense to own a PlayStation at this point. Once you start to see all this shit that's going on.
Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Think that's a hell of a director's cut. Doken, you got anything to add before we shut this down?
Nah. You know,
all right.
I hope. You know, for me, I just hope that I really want to see some condition in 2016, and it looks good right now. Like Primal, Far Cry Primal looks good. There's a couple other things that are coming out that I'm kind of.
Are you gonna adopt on the VR?
Not yet. You know, I think there are gonna be some that hit it. Like I've played around with the box, you know, those cardboard box things, and from what I've seen, it's pretty. Some of it's pretty cool, and that's at low quality. You know.
Yeah, that's
So
that
I'm
Samsung
interested.
shit.
I'm interested to see, like Oculus and the PlayStation VR. You know, and we'll see, right? We won't know till it gets here and we try it, you know, and we have it in our hands and there's actually content. My guess is the problem we're gonna see with VR is the same problem that we're seeing in consoles is just gonna be a lack of content, and you know that's what you have to worry about.
Okay, interesting.
I'm better see an unboxing when it goes down. New experiences. I want to see an unboxing, and I'm gonna be on your shit looking for the new experiences. I'm serious. You
But
want
you
some new
see,
experiences? I'm gonna need you to be the guinea pig so I can know.
well,
if I like
somebody got to
it.
bite the bullet. Somebody got to bite the
Exactly.
bullet.
It
You
ain't
know what I
gonna be
mean?
me. I'm not
No,
getting that.
But that's an
definitely
expensive
interested.
guinea pig project, bro. Like,
well, we'll see. You know, I'm definitely interested, right? I gotta be. I just want to see the titles that come out first, and I'm scared of Oculus just because Facebook owns it.
well, yeah, this is true. This is true. All right, but guys, thanks so much for adding this extra content for the director's cut. I want to encourage people to watch these. And On Your Knees said he's too broke for that. Funny stuff. Unbelievable. But yeah, with that, New Gaming Order, this concludes the director's cut. We'll see you guys